Okay, so lately in school, in one of the programs that I am signed up in, have been talking about self-esteem. And if you have no idea what self-esteem is, it is basically how you feel about yourself and how you treat yourself. There are different levels of high self-esteem. It can be high, low, and in the middle. What we really want, well, I really want, I sound like a teacher right now. What I want is if you can't go high, go in the middle because that's just as good. I mean, some people get low self-esteem because, there's bullies out there, there's people who want to make you feel bad for no exact reason, which I think is retarded. There are parents out there that treat their kids how they shouldn't be treated, which why would you become a parent if you're going to treat your child? There are just people out there that will bring you down for no reason. When I first started doing these YouTube, I never thought about the things that could happen. There could be people talk bad about you. You're really weird. You're stupid. You're ugly. Or just weirdos commenting, oh, you're hot. Yeah. Well, I kind of expected that because, when you do these, you go public. And I'm not blaming Elizabeth for this. I'm not. But, she wanted to help me get some subscribers, okay? And so she told like two people in our class, that I had a YouTube.
I also told them mine.
She told them hers and mine. Well, they told me that Elizabeth told them, and that they watched one of my videos.
Erin said that she didn't have a YouTube account, so she couldn't subscribe.
That's not stop saying that. But anyway, we're trying to cheer people up, not give them extra information. But so apparently someone on that I knew, that I thought was my friend, went up to me and basically told me how stupid I am and all this and that. But luckily she moved away. But yeah, so I then went back to all the other YouTubers that have inspired me to do what I am today, or do what I'm doing right now. Well, that made me feel a little bit better because I realized they go through the same thing. So, and they're still alive. I mean, you may not think that you have friends. You may not have found them yet, but there is friends out there. This is my friend, one of my friends, that have helped me. This one chick in our class used to bully me and talk this and that. And one time, you may not think it, but I one time thought about suicide. But then I came home and first thing I walked into was my little sister. And I realized how bad she would feel if her big sister would have died because of herself. And how some people may look up to me, like my little cousins, my little sister, and how bad of a role that looks. And then I saw my mom, and I realized how broken she could have been. My brothers, and my dad. My dad who works his butt off for me. My brother who works his butt off. Who, Christmas is coming up. Who's there working their butt off just to buy us Christmas. Now they always talk about Christmas when I'm annoyed or something, and I end up having an attitude and telling them I don't need anything, I don't want anything, and I realize how that could have sounded, and it could have made them feel really bad. But if they're watching this, I'll let you know that I didn't mean it in a bad way. There are more things to worry about besides Christmas, and I've heard y'all talking about bills and everything, and it reminded me of when we were in that deep hole, and yeah, just there are more important things than Christmas, and that's what I don't really want Christmas. I mean, I want a phone, but I don't need it. I can live without a phone. And yeah, back to the topic though. Just remember that those people who make fun of you, they're probably one of those popular type of people, or those people that think they're popular. Just remember that in the future, if you focus on your education, you will be working, you will be the boss of all of them, and you will be a scientist in the future. No matter your race, your color, your height, your attire, the way you act, well, kind of the way you act. If you're crazy in the bad way and weird in the bad way, like you always got in trouble at school and always got written up and stuff, then yeah, you're not gonna get a job. But if you're like that, then you're not gonna get a job. And if you're worried about your attire and the way you look and the way your friends think, and you're just worried about something besides education, you're going to be working at McDonald's or working below the level. You're not going to be up there. I mean, I know this sounds weird because some of you may be older than me, but I have role models of my own, and I'm getting a lot of information. My self-esteem is in the middle. It used to be below, but now it's in the middle because of my role models, because of my peers, my friends. Um, yeah, they were there, and I know I can count on them. Like I said, there was one point of time where I was thinking about suicide, but I looked at my family, I looked at my friends, and I realized I wouldn't be the only one hurting if I did that. So, before you think of committing suicide, realize you're not only hurting yourself, you're hurting the people who care about you, and you killing yourself is not doing anything. It's it really isn't. It's just you're ruining the chance of it actually getting better because you're dead. You can't come back to life. You can't do anything because you're dead. And you never knew if in the future it would have gotten better because you relied on that spot. So I ran out of words to say. I wanted to say more, but I ran out of words. So let's just go to our next
Imagine if the people you love find you dead.
Imagine your friend found out you were dead and had to tell your other friends on social media, at school, in your neighborhood,
People you met online.
social media. But your friends, your true friends, not the friends that caused you to do this. Your true friends.
Imagine if you know.
Imagine while you're lying down at your coffin, your bully or the person who caused you to do this laughing at you and enjoying the victory they had. They realize they could overpower you. They think they have power because you thought something else. But if you just avoid that, they wouldn't be laughing. They would realize they have no power. And I promise you they will stop.
Many times I have thought about committing suicide. One of the first time was just because someone who I never known who I've just met was doing it. And I told myself not to. I tried, but before the razor even hit me, I stopped. I couldn't do it. And the second time, I was just being stupid. I was worrying about bullies and everything. I knew I could have just went to a counselor, or told someone. But I was too afraid to do that. Then I realized that I had friends I could have told, but I didn't. I could have told them, but I didn't want to. But they know now. And just suicide isn't the answer. You gotta know that. There's this one girl who I met online. She did suicide. She found this site that kind of inspired me to do this video. It was basically an article with the imagines on it. And it was like full paragraph imagines. And I looked at it. It made me smile. And I hardly smile. And it's one of the things that actually made me smile. I wanted to cry a little bit, but it was so awesome. But just know that you have friends with you, no matter what. Friends to make you laugh during serious moments.
Sorry. I
Friends
was
to
about
make
to
you
cry. I don't really like crying.
friends who cry with you or make you cry because they're crying. Friends who make you laugh when you're crying. Just know that no matter what, you'll always have friends to be there for you. And no matter what, you should always tell them. If you don't feel comfortable telling an adult, just tell your friend. And maybe your friend might take care of it for you. And and just tell someone. Don't do suicide.
Keep smiling, beautiful.
And tell someone. And if someone's laughing at you because you're crazy and weird in a good way, say to them, I'm crazy because I'm abnormal. Or I'm crazy because I'm being who I am.
My favorite quote. They laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at them because they're the same.
And also, there's also other quotes that all the quotes I say, I've made up. This one has to do with being weird. They laugh at me when I'm weird, but I smile because I know I'm being myself. And just, if someone laughs at you, just laugh with them. Okay. I remember when I was in elementary school, I was wearing a scarf and gloves that didn't match at all. I got on the bus, whole bus laughed at me. I laughed with them, because I didn't know that they were laughing at me until I sat down in my seat. That's what everybody was laughing about. And they said me, and then I realized it was because my scarf and my gloves weren't matching. Then I realized that I was young enough to know that I am just my clothes. But now I'm at the age where those opinions does matter to me. My dad always says that I shouldn't worry about them, but some zodiac signs tell you your personality. And I remember one of my horoscopes, it was exactly right. It was before I became friends with Jessica. It was, if you don't tell someone, okay, it's like, someone who really isn't a close friend their negativity will stay forever. And that same month, I was getting bullied by this one girl. She wasn't really a close friend. And it also said, tell someone, or don't stoop down low. Like, don't change, like, don't act all bad and all that. Like, it's like, she was bullying me because I was taking her out for someone. And I skipped down low. I changed myself. But then I realized I had friends who didn't want me to go down that path. So I went back to the path I am now. And also today in health we did this thing. Oh, that's just it made me smile. Some people got 4 compliments. We were doing a thing where you had to get at least 3 compliments on your back. You got 4, you're lucky. Couldn't read them until the teacher told you. And I was one of the people who got 4. I don't remember what all of them said, but I think Jessica here might want to say hers because it was very long.
It was basically saying that you were the prettiest girl I've ever seen, and don't let anyone hurt you, because they are not worth it. But she is, and I love her. And she's my princess.
And another one was from a friend of mine, my Jessica's, that said, I love everything about you.
Everything about you. From the way that
Remember,
we
this supposed to be a serious video.
Yeah, but
There was one that said, hi, you're sweet. There was one that said, your clothes are always on point. You know, that kind of made me smile because I remember last year I got bullied for wearing tennis shoes with a skirt and green eyeshadow. I was wearing green eyeshadow, yellow blouse, a khaki-like skirt, and tennis shoes. I wore that outfit and I loved that outfit so much. I was really bullied at the end of the day because of it. The whole class heard. Even the teacher, but I had to go tell the teacher that I was really bothering me. I don't think she heard because I think she was just busy doing stuff to where she couldn't hear. But the whole class heard. And I was upset. I was crying. She was doing it for like 30 minutes. I was crying. But I had friends there who stood up for me because I couldn't do it. They were there for me. If they're watching this right now, I just want to say thank you to them. I know that there's this one girl said that, like get older, I'm going to be a model. Because I told her about what happened. Like say, I told her what happened. And she said that when I grow up, I'm going to be a model. It made me happy.
I'm going to be the sexiest model alive.
And just, I just had to think of that. I don't hang out with her much this year, but it's because I haven't seen her much this year, but I wish I could. She was a really great friend. She was probably the only true friend I had in the class in my class last year. Well, at least she wasn't the one who stabbed me in the back a million times. But
name, address, phone number. Okay. Be right back.
I just want to let you know that if you're getting bullied, just think about this. 9 out of 10 celebrities have been bullied before. And look at where they are now.
Kidnapped in England.
They are up top. They are known to everyone. So if you're getting bullied, the best thing to do is say, I'm going to be what I want to be when I grow up. I'm going to be famous. I'm going to be a YouTuber, a singer, a dancer, an actor, anything. And they're going to look back at me and say, why did I bully her? I didn't know she could do this. Why did I bully her? Or him.
Okay, for the first time and forever. Or for never. Yes.
Shake it off. Shake it off. Well, that's probably probably gonna be it for this. Bye, guys.
Keep smiling, beautifuls.